I'm saying if we break up, or like if I die, not if I die, and you have children with someone else, we'll curse them from heaven.
What? Having a girlfriend is embarrassing too, though. Imagine trusting a bitch that looks and behaves innocent, but a 53-man roster of a high school football team knows the color of her anus. Imagine trying to court somebody and finding out that they're just an aggressive panhandler. Imagine thinking that someone is honest and forthcoming with you and they're actually just a manipulator. Imagine thinking you have somebody that will respect your emotional intelligence and they actually just gaslight you. Yeah. Imagine someone who pretends to be an SA victim and she actually just wanted to suck his dick. Yeah. Imagine slashing somebody's tires because they don't want to be in a relationship with you and everybody just says you have to let it go because that's a female. Yeah, I don't think you bitches are safe in the slightest. Like, these articles and the government is catering to your psychosis. 100%. Because if you believe that the government has nothing to do with wanting women to be single and more goal-driven and more money-driven and more easily to capitalistically manipulate, because, you know, women are the number one, they're the number one type of human being that's in debt. Women get in debt faster than anybody because they can't wait to flex that degree. And, you know, it just takes so long. We on chapter 17 and women are somewhere in chapter 6 still telling us, oh my God, but did you see the part where he did? Like, it's just so frustrating.
I might be geeking, bro, but getting a girlfriend in this generation has to be a humiliation ritual. Because, listen, brother, we live in a generation where if a girl cannot step out in a thin wears clothes, she got barely any clothes on, all of a sudden you're insecure. We live in a generation where if she cannot have 10, 11 guy best friends, 12 guy best friends that are trying to all tap, she knows it. And if she can't hang out with them and she can't talk to them, all of a sudden you're insecure. And the reason it is humiliating is because most of y'all girls, they be in college, bro. Like, hey, babe, I gotta get off the phone. I gotta go to class. And instead of class, she's getting la 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 la. And then they'll want 10,000 Birkin bags. And they want you to be 6 foot, a D1 player. And right when you say, what do you have to offer? Oh, my energy, my vibe. Wow, I have to pay for your whole life, retire you, be 6 foot with a big, you get what I'm saying, schmeedy me, just for your vibe, your energy. Wow, okay. And then they want you to be driving M3s, Lambos. And bro, that's why I tell y'all boys, y'all should just be driving that stuff for yourself. Don't try to impress no girl. Like, bro, I have an M3 comp, also a Lamborghini. And bro, I'm telling you, it's much better to fulfill your goals and be in a relationship nowadays. Even if you need help getting money, I literally do MEO. I'll put you on what I do. You can go to my IG, DM me, ECOM, ECOM. Takes literally like 1 hour a day, bro. You press buttons on your computer. I also have a free thing as well. Just go to my IG, bro. I'll put you on them. Look at this, bro. This is just in the past couple months on just one of the stores I run. But don't get a girlfriend in this generation, bro. It has to be like some type of joke, man. The main priority should be getting closer to God and getting your bag up. Go to my IG, DM me, Ecom.
I've been away from this app for a little bit, so I guess I missed the conversation when everybody was talking about if it's embarrassing to have a girlfriend or not. And I'm gonna tell you 100% it is. And I have a few examples. Number one, you realize guys don't talk about what's going on in their relationship to other guys because that's the easiest way for another man to look at you like you a bitch. Because the shit that be going on in these relationships is crazy as hell. The shit that dudes put up with and won't say a fucking word about is insane. You would never even think it, but they would never say shit because they know how embarrassing it is. Number two, you know how many times you probably been with your bitch in the same vicinity as a nigga that already cracked and she ain't say a fucking word, and that nigga know he cracked, she know he cracked, and she not saying shit, she might have hugged the nigga, shook his hand, introduced you to that nigga. You know how often that happens? You don't think that's embarrassing? Y'all on this fucking app be fucking tweaking. Like, why do you think niggas care about body count so much? Because of that. That's embarrassing as
I feel
fuck.
like that begs the question, is having a girlfriend embarrassing? Because I feel like it low-key can be. Like, look, I'm telling you right now, I'm not hating, but like I've definitely been in relationships where someone's like, oh, but Bryce, I'm your girlfriend. You're supposed to, and when they say the word girlfriend, I wince. Like, it feels embarrassing. Like, if we're being for real, it genuinely depends on who you're with and how they're acting, depending, like, just regardless of gender, of like whether or not being with them is embarrassing. But if we're just speaking in like totality, like from what I see on this app in particular, like the things I see posted, oh, it's so embarrassing to have a girlfriend, bro. Because some of them intentionally embarrass you. Like, bro, the amount of posts we see where it's like some woman being like, should I break up with my boyfriend? Like, I just don't know. Imagine like a 4-minute video dropping from your girl being like, hey, I don't know if I should break up with this guy. And I will never forget that one video where that girl, her boyfriend got her flowers and then her dad got her flowers and she was like, oh, this is why my standards are so high. Oh, like basically saying her boyfriend pales in comparison, being like, my boyfriend got me these, but my dad got me these. Like, what? Like, could you imagine? Like, that legitimately sounds so embarrassing. Like, I could not deal with that. So it's like, I do think we need to ask that question.
I think that having a girlfriend is embarrassing. You go, imagine having to depend on someone to literally like make you feel happy, make you feel accomplished, when you can literally make it yourself. You go what I'm saying? You can make your money, you don't even have to have kids. You go what I'm saying? Like, and right now, so like the way that the world is moving, if you're a man here without like a girl, without like a wife type shit, bro, you can even influence the world even more. Because we need like the manpower. You know what I'm saying? Like there's wars out there, like people are, innocent people are dying. Don't let no woman, pull you back. Think. Listen, live a life where you want to be someone great. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine like having a girl and then you have to, rely on a girl to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? Wash your dishes, wash your clothes. Bro, do it yourself. Be independent. You know what I'm saying? Like be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, as a man, yeah, you don't always need to be, like buff. Nah, sometimes you learn about, like the man stuff, you learn about, like some things that like women do as well, because it's gonna, influence your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, to me personally, I think, having a girlfriend is embarrassing. Like the world is, moving forward. So it's like right now, we don't really need each other type shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to, think outside the box, because it's a big world. And you need to go out there and help the world. Don't just let, like a girl, hold you back. Because trust me, it's embarrassing.
Is it embarrassing to have a girlfriend now? Guys, is it, as a man in particular, embarrassing to have a girlfriend? You may have seen the British Vogue article floating around online over the past few days. Is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend now? And it's a great article. You should go and read it. It's got some good points. But I was contacted post it being published by GQ, who wanted me to write the antithesis article to that, right? To avoid men being cut out of an online debate that they really shouldn't be a part of, so that we get to have our say. So with that being my brief, I set out to do some research and find out, is it embarrassing for you to have a girlfriend now, right? And what I found is actually really interesting. By setting aside facts, statistics, and proof that was right in front of my face, I decided to focus on anecdotal feelings that were mainly my own. Now, can that be trusted 100%? I'm not sure, but I am a man, so probably. Having a girlfriend's embarrassing because men need to be focusing on themselves right now. There's a point in the Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing article where Shantae says that, traditional roles are falling apart, right? And women are thriving. They are shining in this new era. And men just aren't. In fact, we're starting to hold women back. Don't be the dick who pulls a girl out of her ascension with the promise of a blood diamond ring mined by a child in Sierra Leone. She doesn't need it. Neither does the child. Come play some Black Ops with the boys, okay? But back on LAN. Real life connections now, right? And let's talk about your undiagnosed autism, or the fact that you had that experience in secondary school, which means that you hate all women, right? Or let's just shoot the shit with some beers. Leave women alone. Let them do their thing. This is what my article focuses on. Unfortunately, for you serial daters out there, you've just been born in the wrong generation, okay? This includes a couple of you lesbians out there as well, okay? Come hang with the boys, alright? Till we've managed to sort our shit out, okay? And we're finally worthy of women. Any man from the ages of 18 to 40 at the moment should not be in a relationship with a woman, okay? We need to be focusing on ourselves, right? We need to be working on our mental health, our plan for growth as human beings, how we respect women and help them thrive, not survive our relationships. So go read the article, let me know what you think about it, because it was really interesting. At least one of my friends agreed with me about all this as well. A man.
Keeping a woman a girlfriend for 6, 8, 10 years is one of the most embarrassing and disrespectful things that you can do, in my opinion. Because outside of the obvious fact that you're wasting her time, a lot of women judge other women based on whether or not they got the ring or if they're just a 10-year girlfriend. And see, this is the part that a lot of people don't talk about out loud, is how it makes your woman look to other women who are wives. Because I promise you, there's certain rooms that she's gonna go in where she's gonna be laughed at behind her back by other women or judged for being a girlfriend for 10 years. But I get it, we don't care what other people think, right? That's cat, because outside of all the things a man loves about a woman, part of the reason he's with her is because of how she makes him look to his friends, his peers, and to society. So all in all, it's okay for the woman to help the man look good, but when it's time for the man to help the woman look good, that's where we draw the line, and that's where we don't care. Cool. Listen, I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live their life. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm not keeping no woman a girlfriend for 10 years.
Men are losing social status, and that's how you get to an article like, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Disclaimer that this conversation may be above your intellectual bracket. If you don't understand how to engage in cultural conversations, this is not a safe space for you. We know that men are increasingly becoming losers. You can clearly see that with the incels, the red pill content, or even in areas like education where men are not doing well in school, especially compared to their female peers. Men are also deliberately engaging in antisocial behaviors. You're not going to have a good social standing when you are engaging in antisocial behaviors. On top of the fact that a lot of men just do not like women. I, in a different video, encourage men to have a few platonic relationships with women, and they were, why would I do that? That's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The fact that a lot of men think that it is stupid or pointless to just be friends with women says a lot about how they view women. They don't view them as people. They don't view them as equals. They only view them as this thing you go to for sex and other transactional reasons, but they don't see you on the same level as them. They wouldn't even be your friend. They're living in the world of their fathers and grandfathers without having any of the things that their fathers and grandfathers had, including the society that their fathers and grandfathers had. Their fathers and grandfathers went to work and made enough money to provide for a whole family. They could fix everything around the house. They could go out and they could work on a car. All these things that they are not. They're broke, don't know how to do anything, can't talk to anybody, very uneducated. And so why would a woman want to engage with you when she doesn't have to? She's single and she's having a very fulfilling life as a single woman. For a woman who is doing well in her life and has a great community of friends and is really working on her personal development and all these things, to look at a man who is a loser and to partner with a man who is a loser is embarrassing. Now, a lot of them still do it, which the article did not address. And this is when we're going to go to women, because women are not innocent in this equation either. A lot of women lack discernment. So I can spot a loser 30 miles away. But somehow you could not tell that this man was a loser when he walked up to you or when he first messaged you. You went on this date, and within a couple of questions, you couldn't tell he was a loser, and you kept, or even if you did, you still kept sitting there. You, as a woman, you have a certain type of man that you like, that you engage with, and even if that man does not have traits that are actually beneficial to you, you still put up with it until it boils over and it's a disaster. And because you do this over and over and over again, your experiences with men are repeatedly horrible. Not always the case, but there's enough women who put up with the losers that the losers are still encouraged to continue to be losers. But the other problem with women continuing to push this narrative is that at first, there was a little bit more nuance behind it. Women were bringing up very specific issues that they were having with men. They were talking about very real, tangible issues like men being violent. And that is where we started getting into these conversations about men maybe being dangerous, not wanting to center men, all these things. But now all of that context is being taken away. Even in this Vogue article, it was a very short read. It didn't go through too much. It was very short and straight. Having a boyfriend's embarrassing. It's better to be single. Men are trash. Keep in mind, women still want to be partnered. They would love to be partnered if they found a man that they liked. But when you are pushing the idea that you don't want men to talk to you, you don't want men to approach you, what man, even if he is a decent man, is going to want to approach you? I wrote a longer form version of this on Substack and Patreon, but the key takeaway here is that this narrative of men are embarrassing, men suck, I don't want them to talk to me, is going to create a reality that nobody's gonna like. I hate the losers too, but do you see how I specifically point out the losers and their behaviors and their beliefs? This is just one of those areas where you need to be specific about who and what you are talking about, because this blanketing of 50% of the population is not going to go the way that you think it is.
What really bothers me about the Vogue article discourse where it's like having a boyfriend's embarrassing, it's a Vogue article. Just a person wrote this article. And last time I checked, I don't think you need a PhD to write for Vogue. Like, that Vogue article is low-key no different than just some popular influencer saying something of the sort. But it's like, I feel like I've just seen so much discourse on here where like it's being used to dunk on men. Like, oh my gosh, Vogue saying it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend, so y'all gotta lock in. And it's like, bro, like, that article had an author. Like, not gonna lie, it was just a random woman who wrote that. Like, there's nothing like, this isn't Beyonce saying having a boyfriend's embarrassing. And that's not to disparage the author. Obviously, she put in good work, bro. She had one of the catchiest taglines of the year, possibly of the decade even. But it's like, we're sitting here and it's like, oh, Vogue said this, Vogue said that, as if like Vogue is like something that like matters. For one, in this sense, like, bro, this was not like the FBI, the CIA, the WHO. Now, is Vogue like a big deal? Yeah, Vogue's a big deal. But it's just like, in this context, I don't see like why people are acting like, how do I explain this? Like, they're literally acting like Vogue is like Jesus coming back and telling us this. And they're like, Vogue said it, guys. No, you know what they're doing with Vogue? They're treating Vogue the way people treated Cat Williams when he did that Shannon Sharp show. And when I tell you, that was the most annoying thing to me at the time. This is a completely separate thing. But when people, like, anything would just happen in society, like, people were like, oh, well, Cat Williams is Cat Williams. He's just a guy. Now, mind you, very successful, famous, rich guy, whatever. You know, I'm sure he's very wise with what he's learned through his years. But, like, people were quoting him like he was the Bible. So, and obviously, that makes me more mad than this because this is just more silly to me. But it's like that Vogue, like, again, like, we saw the person who wrote it. Like, it's just like another human being, just like me and you. It's not like Vogue came together as like a board of directors and was like, hey, we got to put this out. Like, they simply published the article. Like, it's not
having a girlfriend for 6, 8, 10 years. Like, that's not love. That's hostage. Like, you don't even got a girlfriend at that point. You just have a roommate with emotional benefits. Like, 10 years, sir. That's not a relationship. That's just a sentence. Jail with cuddles. And don't hit me with the, oh, we don't care. Yeah, you do. Because when your barber fades you crooked, you do care. When somebody scuffs your sneakers, you do care. But your girlfriend being called a forever girlfriend at brunch, that's the one thing you don't care about? Come on, be serious.
You are under spells, people. You're under spell. I ain't under no spell. You are.
The most embarrassing thing that you could be right now is a girlfriend. Like, that's like the most embarrassing thing that you could ever be right now in this generation, y'all. Like, niggas will really treat the girl that go above and beyond for them wrong for a bitch that's effing on the whole squad. Don't got nothing going for themselves, no money. They can't do nothing for them, y'all. Like, this, like, I don't know what's wrong with the generation of niggas, but they so fool. They so trash. Like, I don't know. Like, I do not get turned on by this generation. Like, I do not like these people in this generation. Like, I really don't. Like, I just never really fully understood, like, why you just can't break up with your girlfriend? Why you have to be with her to do all of this stuff? Like, I just never understood, and I would never understand, because your girlfriend don't cheat. go above and beyond for you. And you finna go sit right here and go fuck with a bitch who don't got shit, who fucking on everybody. Like, niggas will really embarrass you. And then, y'all, a nigga will post you and then be fucking with hoes. Like, why would you post a bitch while you fucking with hoes? You just embarrassing. Like, y'all, I don't know what's wrong with this generation, but these niggas is not it. If you got a good one, hold on to your good one. I swear to God, cause But me, I don't play no games with no nigga, y'all. Like, I don't play no games with no nigga. If you know me, you know I don't play no games. You don't match with me. I don't fuck on. Like, yeah. Like, you play with me, I'm play with you. But other than that, I'm good. Just don't play with me. Just don't play with me. That's just that.
Adding to the discussion of if having a boyfriend is embarrassing from the Vogue article, I think on the other side of the argument, having a girlfriend is such a flex a lot of times for many of these men. Like, I will see incredible, amazing, most beautiful women, and they have so much talent, they have so much going for them, no man anywhere. But say they do have a boyfriend. On the boyfriend side, you see the boyfriend posting her everywhere. You see them all over their social media. And for that guy, say he doesn't have much going for him. The only thing that he has going for him is his girlfriend. And for a lot of men, I think that is a flex. Like, I understand the side of the argument where girls are like, it's embarrassing to not have a man post you, or it's embarrassing to have, a man play in your face, But I think there are many men out there where having a girlfriend is like the most interesting thing about them, while on the other side of the argument, having a boyfriend is the most interesting thing about me.
I would like to talk about the reactions to the "Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing Now" article, because while the article itself was a sociological gem, the reactions and responses to the article have taken it to an entirely new level, really understanding where public society is with this topic. First things first, this article has been syndicated and published across so many different regions, and I think that first speaks to the virality of the article, it resonating with audiences across Vogue's region.
Fall in love.
To those who are saying, why does this even matter? Is this even true? Shantae is making this up. That would not be happening if this was not a universal concept that people were tapped into wanting to discuss and feeling resonance with across regions. We're talking across cultural lines, across continent lines, across religious lines. People are interested in this topic because it is a widely spread phenomenon. Now, there are a couple of creators who have done an incredible job reacting to the article, and I think they encompass some of the most interesting nuances. So number one, let's all actually read the article before we start hopping into the comments. So this creator did a critical reading of this article, and I think it's incredibly important because there are so many people who never looked past the title to see the article. In case those of you aren't aware, the writer of the article does not always choose the title. A lot of the times that sits with the final editor, and I will understand that people thought that the article was misleading because of the title, but if you actually read the article, or maybe just listen to her critical reading, that's where we should start first. The reading comprehension levels, low. The critical thinking levels, low. And this article has really revealed that, and it's something that we've been seeing widespread amongst media. Because anyone who thought it was about a single woman not wanting to be coupled and just wanting to be single forever completely missed the mark. The article wasn't even about single women. It was about people who are in partnerships engaging in this behavior. 2, I loved this creator and how they broke it down as somebody who's a creator and has a partner, and acknowledge that they do not bring their boyfriend onto the internet because it's not cool. And I love that she commented that Shantae Joseph is actually only pointing out something that's already happening. She's not creating a phenomenon. She's just calling all of us to ask ourselves why. What I loved about her video is that it really took it to the root of the fact that we are experiencing a shift in how much having a boyfriend is a milestone people are chasing to need to have in their life. One of the things I love that she talked about is that the first time she found that she had a boyfriend, that's when she truly felt like a woman. She went and got her nails done. She went and got a trench coat, because everything that has been fed to us is that having a boyfriend is a milestone in becoming a woman. And that is no longer the case. We've gone past it being a milestone to becoming a woman, and now women realizing that having a boyfriend can actually detract from some of the societal value and aura that they have built up. Is it so much so that having a boyfriend is embarrassing or shameful? Or is the deeper issue that having a boyfriend no longer brings as much societal value as it once did? Now let's get a man's perspective, and by a man, I mean a real man, a critical thinking man. What I loved about this is that he looked at this article and said, first of all, anybody who's saying that this just has to do with women is not tapped in and not critically thinking. This absolutely has to do with men. And maybe having a boyfriend is embarrassing because men are embarrassing. And maybe men need to do a better job increasing their value, increasing their contributions to women's lives. And then they will be happy to feel like men are the prize again. Because right now, men are not getting a participation prize. I implore you to go check it out, because he's trying to rally his side together to understand that this is a wake-up call for them to get it together. Lastly, there is no take that I loved more than this one, that went back into the archives to prove that in Sex and the City, there is no woman who is a better mascot for the fact that having a boyfriend is embarrassing than Miranda.
She was a person with drive, will, ambition, and was the one that would confront her friends and herself about their obsession with men.
Wake up, Carrie. How many more times are you going to go through this? He is bad for you. Jesus, every time you get near him, you turn into this pathetic, needy, insecure victim. And the thing that pisses me off the most is that you're more than willing to go right back for more.
What about us? What we think, we feel, we know. Christ. Does it always have to be about them? Just, give me a call when you're ready to talk about something besides men for a change.
And not only is she a case study because she stood 10 toes down on that opinion in the beginning, but we saw how having a man in her life ruined everything that she had tried to build up. This article is not a case of saying that all men are horrible and that if you choose to be in a partnership, that is a horrible decision. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is currently the societal value of being in a relationship has decreased to the point where only those who are actually gaining value and love from the relationship are experiencing what we were all promised. And anybody else who is just in the relationship because they were told, well, you'll get married and you'll make your life better, they're not seeing those gains. And if anything, they're putting the relationship in the back seat and stepping into the fact that women are really claiming their identity and having an identity of their own.
This is part 2 of my analysis of the Is It Embarrassing to Have a Boyfriend article and the discourse that followed it, because I've just seen some of the stupidest takes that I've seriously ever watched that also prove people aren't reading the article and are simply reacting to it, which to me is embarrassing. This article is resonating with me really deeply and poignantly at this specific moment because I released a book a few weeks ago. It's called Does Anyone Else Feel This Way? It's essays about being a young adult in this specific moment. And one thing that I explored a lot in the book is the way in which Gen Z and millennials, but specifically Gen Z and millennial women, have sort of a different set of circumstances, like a very, 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 very different set of circumstances than any generation of specifically women before us. Like statistically, our parents' generation, they were getting married at an average age of like 23 to 26. Now it's in the 30s. It's like 27 to 30. Like the percentages of women who move to places that they've never lived before is at an unimaginably high number comparatively to previous generations amongst Gen Z and millennials. No, it's not perfect. Yes, there are a lot of people who aren't on the side of women, but it is true that in this current moment, women have more mobility and flexibility and opportunity and honestly power in many spaces than ever before. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's more than ever before. The percentages of women who are living alone or with roommates, many of these women are the first in their bloodline to live alone or with roommates as millennials and Gen Z. So what the article is trying to say is that women, millennials and Gen Z, are realizing that with all of this added mobility, all of this added flexibility, they're realizing they would rather be alone with an entirely fulfilled life than with some dude just to be with him, or with some dude because he has access to things that she doesn't have access to, or with some dude because she's required to follow a heteronormative script that society lays out for us as the standard and as the norm. Today's Gen Z and millennial women do not want to date men who are fucking mediocre just to be with a guy. They only want to date somebody who would add the cherry on top to their already really lush and lavish ice cream sundae, and some people don't want a fucking cherry. So what the article is trying to say is that it's embarrassing to be a male-centric woman in the year 2025 when women can have so much more going for them than who chooses them and who they date. The article is saying that it is embarrassing for your boyfriend or your male partner to be your personality in this year 2025 when women have more opportunity than ever before. Than like our grandmothers could ever dream of not being able to open a bank account or have a fucking credit card on their own. What the article is saying is that it's embarrassing if your whole personality is your man because it seems like you got nothing else going on. Sorry if that's insulting, it's true. So when I see all these videos of girls making montages of their boyfriends, sorry British Vogue, you're wrong. All you're proving to me is that you're either one, illiterate, or two, didn't fucking read it. And like the genius of the piece is that she only interviewed people in relationships. She did not talk to singles. The article centers partnered people to make the point. So if you didn't read it, it's like it shows. And if you read it and you didn't get it, it's like I feel bad. Because this should be so exciting. We should all be so excited. As somebody who was formerly a male-centric woman, which I really think it's hard to not be. When you're born into a Western society, a Western heteronormative society, it's really hard not to be. And I've done so much work to just like be the opposite. And I'm so proud of the work that I've done to center myself and other non-men in my life. The fact that I've done that, like it brings me pride. And so to see like a massive thing like Vogue speaking to that, how male-centeredness is no longer like giving you a standing ovation. Like you're not going to get a standing ovation anymore for getting married or having a boyfriend. Like that can't be your whole personality anymore. It's not going to cut it. Like that to me is exciting. Read a fucking book and get back to me.
British Vogue said that having a boyfriend is embarrassing because it is embarrassing. My husband regularly says that he does not understand why women are even attracted to men. He doesn't get like why women are just not with women because everything about a woman is desirable. What's desirable about a man? And I mean, every woman at some point, and I don't care how great the man is and these qualities and he's a golden retriever boyfriend. Golden retrievers are dogs. Every woman has had the moment where they looked over at that boyfriend, that husband, that man, that situationship, and you just thought to yourself, why? Why am I giving myself to that? Because men are gross. They're gross. They're disgusting. They do weird shit. They embarrass you. Women are on here constantly every day saying the most horrific stories that I've ever heard of. If I was not, I've been in a relationship for 10 years now. If I was not in a relationship, I am terrified of all the things that y'all have said about men and boyfriends and husbands and all this other stuff. I'd just be a nun. No. I'd be a nun or I'd be a full-blown lesbian. Point blank period.
Having a boyfriend is not embarrassing. Having a boyfriend is embarrassing if the man is embarrassing. If he is playing video games till 3 a.m. and ignoring your calls, or going out to the club by himself till 2 a.m. and his phone dies, all of that behavior is embarrassing. But having a good, faithful, loyal boyfriend is actually not embarrassing. So if you saw that article and you're like, oh my God, do I need to like stop posting my boyfriend? No. Your healthy relationship is actually pretty motivating to other relationships. That's the only time relationships or boyfriends are embarrassing.
I do worry that some women are becoming too far left to date. And I don't mean that they're so far left in their own politics that men don't want to date them. I don't necessarily think that's the case, but I do think that a lot of them are so far left, so far into their echo chambers that they can no longer socialize normally, no matter what the guy's politics are. Like, I saw a video of a girl saying, just been on a date with a man for the first time in ages, and I fear I've become too woke to date men anymore. Now, she isn't saying that she had one bad date because the guy was a Trump supporter or something like that. She's literally just realizing that she's spent so long in her echo chamber that she no longer fits into the world outside it. Second case in point, that recent Vogue article about is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Which is one thing because obviously it's just one article and could just be clickbait, but if you go into the comments anytime it's posted, you'll see that a lot of women genuinely do feel that way. People saying it feels Republican to have a boyfriend, or maybe I'm too woke, but wifey material sounds like an insult. But I think a lot of this is a function of two different things, and neither of them is the fact that it's actually embarrassing to have a boyfriend. First, the gender divide between men and women is really freaking strong, and it's getting way worse in Gen Z. Here in the US, we don't have it as bad as, say, South Korea, but it still is really pronounced. And women are the ones getting more extreme to the left than men are to the right, basically across the board globally. But the second aspect that I don't think enough people talk about is that the echo chamber that a lot of these women are in, if they're political, especially online, means that they don't interact with normal people on a regular basis. The bulk of a lot of these women's social interactions on a regular basis is TikTok or other social media, or their friend groups after they've already canceled out everyone who disagrees with them. So they don't remember how to socialize outside of their bubbles, and dating is the only way that has a chance to happen. Unfortunately, I do think that this issue is going to be self-perpetuating because these women are the exact same ones who won't have boyfriends to chill them out, because apparently that's embarrassing.
That article is women hating women. That article is just women hating women.
It's so embarrassing to have a boyfriend. It's so embarrassing. I actually went and read the article. She's just talking about how other girls treat girls. That's it, that's all. It has nothing to do with us, fellas. She's talking about how women treat women who have boyfriends and how it's embarrassing and how they think about each other and all that. Good morning. My wife messing up my video in here, just walking in here. I'm supposed to have a quiet house. That's how I talk to her, y'all. That's how I talk to her. Get out of here while I'm making my video. That's how I talk to her. Yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all big tripping. Generally, when it comes to men, we don't really talk to each other about our girls, about our women, about our wives. We don't really do that. And then y'all, for some reason, get upset that we don't do that. Men's relationships are so surface level. We don't judge each other about our women, you know. That's just something we don't do. I ain't never looked at a dude, saw his wife and was like, ew. Now I think differently of you, unless she a damn OnlyFans model or some shit like that. And even then, just don't talk about it and I won't have nothing to say to you. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
So apparently Vogue just dropped this article saying that having a boyfriend is embarrassing. And when it comes to things like this, it should tell you the times that we're living in. And in that same article, there was a creator that literally lost thousands of their followers by just posting their boyfriend once. It wasn't a whole soft launch. It wasn't a relationship vlog. It was just one post. This has made me realize that we have reached a point where showing genuine happiness is starting to be treated like it's a threat. I feel like the internet has two extremes. You have people that make single being their whole personality, and then you have people that are out there who can't go 5 minutes without saying, my man, my man, my man. Both sides are loud, but both sides are both lost as well. I remember being a part of the single crowd, and they will dead try to shame you for wanting a connection because they act like being in love or trying to find love is weak or embarrassing. In the relationship crowd, they will dead make you feel like you're failing just because you don't have somebody yet. It's the same energy, just on opposite sides of the coin. Some folks are out here just really so deep in their loneliness that they want every single person to be lonely with them. Others are so obsessed with being chosen that they will lose their whole entire identity in that whole process. And either way, that's not really healthy. The thing is, love isn't embarrassing. Immaturity is. We've made relationships performative, and we've just made this thing like a whole brand, and we've forgotten how balance looks like. And for men, that Vogue headline, it should have really been a wake-up call, because to the smart, independent woman with her own bag, her own piece, her own purpose, we don't automatically provide value anymore. We gotta earn our place. And that might honestly mean doing small things, picking up the dishes, supporting her goals, being consistent, leveling up so she feels inspired by your presence, not drained by it. Because a real relationship, it's supposed to raise both people up, not drag either one of those people down. So no, it's not embarrassing to have a partner. What's really embarrassing is pretending connection makes you weak or that being alone makes you better. At the end of the day, confidence is being content in either season, whether you're single or taking, without making it your whole entire identity. But leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below.